Go ahead and take a moment standing toward the back half of your mat. Let your feet be slightly separated and fan out your toes. And then place them on the ground, and we'll take a moment just to rock our weight forward and back and get into our feet. Roll yourself forward to the balls of the feet. And then lower your heels, roll yourself back to the back of your feet, even if you feel like you're gonna topple a little bit. And then roll yourself forward to the fronts of your feet. And again, heels down, draw your belly in, rock your weight back. Whoa, even if you might topple a little bit and stumble. Take another roll forward. And one more time, roll it back. And then bring yourself to stand. You can bring your feet a little bit closer together. You can keep them more separated. Bring your arms long by your side. Let your shoulders slide down. Take a moment to collect your breath. Long, deep inhales through the nose. Equally paced exhales through the nose. And you can click into Ujjayi breath straight away. Take one more as you hold here. With your inhale, sweep the arms wide and high, reach up, gaze up. As you exhale, slowly fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. Take two more like that. Your fingertips can be on your shins. One more. And then fold. Bring your fingertips onto the ground in front of you. Lift onto the balls of the feet and start to squat down. Really stretch the soles of your feet. You can hang out here and wiggle around a little. See how that feels. Or you can walk your hands in. Bring your thighs parallel to the ground and challenge your balance for a moment. Palms can come to chest center. Keep a steady gaze. Stay focused on your breath. Take one more breath. And then release your fingertips toward the ground. Lower your knees to the ground. And if you're not at the center of your mat, you can always adjust. Feel free to untuck your toes and just tap out the tops of the feet a little bit. And then bring yourself to center. Spread the fingers really wide. Set your shoulders over your wrists. Press the ground away. Keep your left knee grounded. With an inhale, extend the right leg. Keep your toes touching down. Press through your heel. And then take a moment to rock forward and back. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Get super strong here. Lift and hover the right leg. Drop the right hip down. Press through your heel. We'll take an inhale. As you exhale, keep your shoulders centered. Bring your right knee to your right tricep. Inhale as you press to the back wall. On exhale, let your right toes touch the back left corner of your space. Take a peek back at your toes. Inhale, right leg reaches to the back of the space. Exhale, tap right tricep. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, tap back left. One more like that. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, tap. Inhale as you press. Exhale, tap. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right tricep and we'll step. Step to a long lizard lunge. Keep your hands on the ground or on blocks. Walk your ankle forward, lift your toes, stay active in your right foot, and then take all of your favorite little wiggle movements. You can move your knee out to the right, you can twist a little. And then bring it back to center and take a wide half split. Draw your hips back, flex your right toes to the sky, feel that out. You can even play with sliding a little bit if your hamstrings are a little more open today. See how that feels. Give yourself 2 more breaths just to feel it all out. Take 1 more breath. And then return to your wide lizard lunge. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. Planting your palms, sweep the right leg high, take a down dog split. Bend the knee, open the hip, keep pressing the chest back. Maybe your left heel moves closer to the ground, maybe not yet. And then extend the right leg to the back of the space. Flex your foot strongly. Drop the right hip down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring your knee into your navel, hollow out, and step through for a long lunge. So now your foot is between your hands, the back knee is lifted, and we're going to play a little bit with our feet. Really press through the left heel. And then rock yourself forward so you can peel the right heel off the ground. Secure the right heel to the ground, lift your hips, straighten the right leg, and flex your toes to your nose. Let's take that 2 more times. Roll back through a lunge, come onto the ball of the foot, long spine, and then lift your hips. Squeeze your inner thighs, flex your toes to your nose. Take 1 more. And now return to a lunge. Bring your hands to the ground. Step into plank. Take an inhale. Rock your weight forward. On exhale, slowly lower through chaturanga all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes. Walk your hands off of the mat. 3 little cobras on your fingertips. Take an inhale. Exhale, chin toward the ground. 2 more. Exhale, chin to the ground. Take 1 more. Exhale, chin to the ground. Walk your hands back onto your mat. Press to your tabletop. Reestablish your alignment, wrists in alignment with your shoulders, knees in alignment with your hips. Spread the fingers very wide and press the ground away. Extend your left leg to the back of the mat. Keep your toes touching down and press through your heel. Take a moment to rock forward and back. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Lift and hover the left leg. Flex your foot like you're standing on it. Take an inhale. As you exhale, left knee, left tricep, keep your shoulders centered. Inhale, re-extend, press through your heel. On exhale, left toes tap, back right corner. 2 more rounds of that. Inhale, extend, press your heel to the back wall. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, press to back wall. Exhale, tap, back right corner. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap tricep. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap back corner. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap left tricep and step. Long lizard lunge. Back knee stays down. You can stay on your palms or on your forearms or rest on blocks. Lift your left toes. Be active in your foot. And take all the little wiggle movements you need right now. Bring it back to center, and we'll come into the wide half split. Coming onto your fingertips if you like. Draw your hips back. Flex your left toes to your nose. Take an inhale, chest can reach forward. Find a little depth as you exhale. Feel free to move in and out of this. Feel free to wiggle around. Feel free to do any kind of movement. You can slide a little deeper, feel it out. We'll take one more breath just to sort this out. And now return to your lizardy lunge. Bring your hands to the ground. Tuck your back toe. Carry the left leg high. Take a down dog. Press your right heel to the ground. Bend the left knee, open the hip. You can flex your left foot. You can point your toe, whatever feels good right now. And now square your hip. Flex your left foot. Press to the back wall. We'll take an inhale. On exhale, bring your knee into your navel. Step through, heel to toe. Coming onto your fingertips or with hands on blocks. Really stretch the sole of the back foot. Roll onto the ball of the left foot. Feel that out. Let your right hip flexor sink a little bit lower. And then pick up your hips, squeeze your outer hips in, flex your left toes to your nose, straight leg. 2 more. Inhale, lunge, roll onto the ball of the foot. Exhale, lift your hips, find your straight leg variation. 1 more. Returning to a lunge. Bring your hands to the mat, step into plank, take an inhale. Option to lower to the belly or lower halfway chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or take a cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths. Go ahead and pedal out through the feet, shift your hips, wiggle around if you like. And then take 1 more breath. With an inhale, float the right leg high. You can point the toe, you can flex the foot. On exhale, step your right foot just in front of the left. Flexing the foot strongly now. Inhale, left leg lifts. We're going to take a standing split stroll. Making our way all the way to the front of the mat. You can come up on your fingertips if you need to. And then finishing with your feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. Pressing into your feet, sweep the arms wide and high, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, arms by your side. Flowing through a sun A, inhale. Exhale, slow swan dive. Inhale, long spine. On exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Step or float back. Continue through your vinyasa. Lowering halfway for chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling downward facing dog. And we'll just take a few breaths here. If you need movement, take some movement. Really spread your fingers wide. Take 1 more breath. And then step or float lightly, bring your feet to the top of your space. Inhale, long spine. Exhale as you fold. Pressing into your feet, sweep the arms wide and high, reach up. Exhale, arms by your side. One more, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold hands to the mat. Step or float back. Continue through your vinyasa. And when you reach down dog, we'll hold for a few rounds of breath. Take 2 more. You have 1 more. At the end of your exhale, stay empty, float lightly, bring your feet to the top of your space. Inhale, long spine. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, arms reach high, gaze shifts up. Exhale, Samasthitihi. Big toes touch, bend into the knees, sink the hips low. Inhale, chair pose. Arrange your arms wherever you need them to be. You can reach up, you can keep your palms separated, or you can reach forward, focusing on retracting the shoulders. Find a little more depth. We'll take 1 more inhale. On exhale, stay low, sweep your fingertips back, roll onto the balls of the feet. Take an inhale, sit lower as you exhale. 1 more, inhale. On exhale, heels lower, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold hands to the mat, step or float back, continue through the vinyasa that you need. Or no vinyasa. If you want to just step to down dog, you're welcome to do that. Once you're in your downward facing dog, float the right leg high with an inhale. On exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, take a little bit of movement. Take your left heel a little closer to the ground. You have 1 more breath just to play around. And now reach, right leg to the back of the space. Either point or flex the foot. Take an inhale. On exhale, bring your knee into your navel, hollow out as you step through for a very long lunge. You're on the ball of the back foot. Find a really solid base. And then inhale as the arms reach high. Take 2 breaths to establish your lunge. You can soften the back knee a little bit. Shoulders slide down. We'll take 1 more inhale and exhale. And then let's start to roll onto the ball of the foot in this lunge. See how that feels. And then we'll straighten the right leg. Option to flex the toes. Again, find your lunge, option to roll onto the ball of the foot. And then straighten, option to flex the toes. It's precarious for your balance. 1 more. Find your lunge. Find your straight leg. With an inhale, return to your lunge. As you exhale, open and find warrior 2. Give yourself a moment to settle in. Right knee is over your ankle. Check with your right toes. Make sure they point directly to the front of your space. Reach out through your fingertips. Gaze out beyond your right middle finger. And then let's play with our feet here as well. Roll onto the ball of the right foot. And then heel to the ground, flex your toes, straighten the leg, lift the arms to the sky. Take an inhale. On exhale, return, warrior 2, roll onto the ball of the foot. And then take it up. One more round. This time when you bring your heel down, let's make it a full reverse triangle. You have the option. Keep the right toes lifted or don't. Super long right side body. We'll take one more inhale. As you exhale, left toes turn slightly out. We're going to move straight away toward a skandasana. Bring your fingertips to the ground. If this is too extreme for you right now, stay a little more lifted and secure the sole of the right foot to the ground. If you're ready to move around in this position, we'll flow side to side. Inhale, crawl through center, that place where both knees are bent and both feet are active. Exhale as you sink in. Inhale, crawl across center. Exhale as you sink in. One more time to each side. And then we'll meet at the back of your mat in Skandasana. Turn your right toes to the sky. We'll take an inhale. You can bring your palms together at chest center if you like, and stay for an exhale. Fingertips on the mat or not. We're lifting through center. Inhaling, place the right foot, and then as you exhale, we'll move to extended side angle. Bicep by the ear, palm faces down. You can stay with the forearm on the thigh, or you can take it deeper with the right fingertips on the ground or on a block. Keep turning the right ribs to the sky. And then reach through your left inner thigh. Take one more inhale. Stay for exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. And if you want to play with your feet in this moment, it's totally up to you. You can always roll onto the ball of the foot and see how that feels. Just give yourself a moment to play around. We're going to make sure your feet are super, super lubed up. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, circle your hands to the ground. Take an inhale, find plank. Option to hover your pointed right toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. With an inhale, float the left leg high. On exhale, knee into the navel, hollow out, step through for a very long lunge. Stay lifted onto the ball of the back foot and reach high. Coming into your high lunge, you have a breath or so just to find your stability. You can soften the back knee, reach up. We'll take an inhale and exhale. And then let's play a little bit. Roll onto the ball of the left foot. And then lift, flex your toes, check your balance, squeeze your outer hips in, engage your low belly. I know this is a wobbly one. Try it again. Take one more. And then we'll settle into a lunge. The arms reach high. Your gaze can be upward. Take a big inhale. On exhale, open out. Find your warrior two. Take a breath or so just to establish your base. Gaze out beyond your left middle finger. Firm up your triceps. And then you can play with your feet. Roll onto the ball of the left foot. And then secure your heel, flex your toes, reach the arms high. We'll take 2 more rounds of that. Nice. Warrior two. And now reverse triangle, option to flex your left toes to the sky. Bump your left hip forward. Let your right hand be light. And take a breath or two. We'll take one more inhale. As you exhale, we're moving toward the back of the mat. Turn your right toes out. Let yourself sit into Skandasana. Again, if you need a little more focus to be on the inner thighs, you can secure the sole of each foot to the ground. And then if you want to, you can sway side to side again, either in a lateral lunge with the feet flat or in Skandasana. And for this round, if you don't need your hands on the mat, don't use them. Let yourself play as you flow side to side. Take one more round. We'll meet at the back of the mat. So your right knee is bent, your left toes are pointing to the sky. Keep your fingertips on the ground or bring your palms to chest center. Take an inhale. Stay for your exhale. With an inhale, start to move through center. As you exhale, find your extended side angle. Left knee is over left ankle. Left ribs turn to the sky. Perhaps gazing up. You have the option to explore depth. Keep rotating the left ribs to the sky. You got it. And then engage your right quad a little. Take one more inhale. Stay for exhale. With an inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up, gaze up, but stay committed to the depth. Take one more big inhale. On exhale, circle your hands to the ground, spin the back heel up. Take an inhale as you find plank. Option to hover the toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take 2 breaths. Take one more breath. At the end of your exhale, step or float lightly, bring your feet to the top of your space. Inhale, long spine. Exhale as you fold. On inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, bring the arms long by your side. Bend into the knees, sink the hips low. Inhale, find a chair pose. On exhale, sweep your fingertips back. Option to lift your heels. Hold for an inhale. On exhale, heels to the ground, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold hands to the ground, step or float. Continue through the vinyasa that you need. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog, or none of it. Just down dog. Inhale, float the right leg high. On exhale, knee into the navel, hollow out, step through, find a lunge. We'll take things a little faster. Inhale as the arms reach high, and then straight away, exhale, open to warrior 2. Option to roll onto the ball of the foot. Inhale, reverse triangle, option to flex the right toes to your nose. Exhale, Skandasana, left knee is bent, palms can be at heart center. Take an inhale, start to travel. On exhale, extended side. Inhale, reverse your warrior.
On exhale, hands to the ground. Continue through the vinyasa you like. All of that on the left side. Inhale, the left leg high. On exhale, knee into navel, step through heel to toe. Inhale into your high lunge. On exhale, open to warrior two. And you always have the option to be on the ball of the foot. Inhale, reverse your triangle. On exhale, we're finding Skandasana toward the back of the space. Right toes turn out, knee bends. Inhale, travel across center. Exhale, extended side. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Or reverse your triangle, my apologies. Exhale, bring it to the ground. Or actually, you did it right and I messed you up. Oh, whatever reverse posture you're feeling. And we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Take an inhale, maybe an open mouth exhale if you're getting a little steamy and you want to let go of some heat. And then gaze to the top of your space. Hop your feet around your wrists. So hop your feet to a malasana. Go ahead and sit into your squat. If you have a block and you'd like to sit on your block, you're so welcome to do so. We're taking this as a little bit of a pause. Palms press at chest center. Let your tailbone drop down. Let your chest lift. You can close your eyes. Reconnect with your breath if it's gotten choppy. One more big inhale and exhale. Release your fingertips toward the ground. Start to lift your hips, turn your toes forward, and heel toe your feet closer together. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. Press into your feet, sweep the arms wide and high, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, palms to chest center. Ground the weight into your left foot. Lift the right knee to hip height, flex your right toes. You can either hold your knee, really focus on balance, press the left foot into the ground as you lengthen. Or you can hold on to your big toe or use a strap around the right foot. Start to kick, extend, draw the right shoulder back. If you want to take it a little higher, bend the right elbow and take it higher. Use your bicep strength. You got it. Take one more inhale. On exhale, right leg moves out to the right. Left hand stays on the left hip. Option, challenge balance, gaze at the left horizon. Give yourself a couple of breaths. Take one more inhale. With your exhale, bring the right leg back to center. Cross your right ankle above your left knee and create a figure four. Bring your palms together at chest center, draw the hips back and sit low. Start to wake up your outer right hip. Stay lifted in your chest if you can. So as you press your palms, stay broad through the collarbones. Be here for another breath or two. Take one more breath. Hang on to the figure four. Start to straighten through the left leg. Let your right leg just slide down the left leg and line up your little pinky toes. Squeeze your inner thighs toward one another. Take an inhale, reach the arms high. Create a steeple grip. Extend your index finger. Take another inhale. With an exhale, stretch up and over to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, stretch up and over to the left. Inhale back through center. On exhale, hang on to the cross ankle. Squeeze your inner thighs, take a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On exhale, fold, bring your hands to the ground. You have the option to keep the ankles crossed and hop back. Moving through your chaturanga, and then uncross for up dog. And down dog. Take an inhale, float the right leg high. On exhale, step through, find a long lunge. Straight away, we'll come into warrior two, spin the back foot flat. Inhale, peel open. Exhale as you find your depth. With an inhale, reach both arms high, straighten the right leg, flex your toes. On exhale, turn your right toes toward the side of your mat and fold forward. Coming into a wide leg forward fold, you can bring your hands onto the mat. Take an inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. Let your neck be long, lift your shoulders away from your ears. Take a couple rounds of breath in this wide leg forward fold. If you want a little movement, you can always wiggle around. If you want to get upside down, you can get upside down. Moving through a bit of a straddle, press into tripod if that's where you'd like to go. You've got 2 more breaths. You have 1 more breath. If you're upside down, start to bring yourself back down. We'll inhale to find a halfway lift. On exhale, walk yourself to a lunge at the top of your space. So spin the left heel up. Plant your left palm. We're moving into a little bit of a side plank. You have the option to lower the left knee to the ground and shoot the left toes off to the left and take a modified variation. Or you can move into any variation that's calling to you. If you're open enough to explore, your fingers can touch your big toe. Give yourself another inhale. And then wherever you're at, we're going to step it back to a lunge. So your right foot, good. Left palm is on the ground, right arm is high. Let's take a low twist. Get strong through the back leg. And now lift your right toes. We'll take another inhale. On exhale, spin to a fallen warrior. Knife edge of both feet. Inhale back to your low twist. Exhale, active feet, fallen warrior. 1 more, inhale, low twist. Exhale, fallen. Inhale back to your low twist. On exhale, bring your right hand to the ground, gaze forward, step your left foot to meet your right. Inhaling, long spine. Exhaling as you fold. Pressing into your feet, come all the way up, big inhale. Exhale, palms compress to chest center. Ground your weight into your right foot, lift your left knee to hip height, flex your toes to your nose. Right hand on your right hip, hold on to your left knee, or with your first 2 fingers, hold on to your left big toe. If you have a strap in your space, you're welcome to use it. Press strongly into the right foot, lengthen. If you want to take the left leg higher, bend your elbow. Nice long spine. We'll take another inhale. As you exhale, open the leg out to the left. Squeeze your outer right hip in and find stability here. Option to shift your gaze to the right horizon to challenge balance for 2 more breaths. Take 1 more breath. We'll bring the leg back to center and create a figure 4. Bring your palms to chest, draw your hips back, sit in, and wake up your outer left hip. Keep your left foot very, very active. So active. Drop it down. Take 2 more breaths. Take 1 more breath. With your inhale, hang on to the figure 4. Start to straighten through the right leg and then let your left leg slide down. Line up your pinky toes. Release your arms by your side. Squeeze your inner thighs for an inhale. Interlace your hands, extend your index fingers. On exhale, we'll stretch to the left. Inhale back through center. On exhale, to the right. Inhale back through center. On exhale, take a long, slow swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. On exhale, fold, bring your hands to the mat. Option to keep the ankles crossed as you float back and take chaturanga. Uncross for up dog. And downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. On exhale, step through, heel to toe. Spin the back foot flat. Prepare to come up for warrior 2. Option to roll onto the ball of the foot. Inhale. Reverse your triangle and lift your left toes. On exhale, we'll come up to center. Bring your hands onto your waist. Pivot your left toes forward. And we'll fold. Wide leg forward, fold again. Inhale, long spine. On exhale, once again, crown of the head toward the mat. Any other arm variation, if you want a little shoulder opener, interlace the hands behind your back. You have a couple more breaths just to move around. If you wanted to get upside down again, you've got a moment to get upside down. One last breath. Release your hands toward the mat. Take an inhale, find your halfway lift. On exhale, walk yourself to the top of your space, find a lunge. Bring the right palm to the ground. We'll take a low twist here for a moment. Reach the left arm high. Get strong through the back leg. Think about lifting the back of your right knee to the sky. Lift your left toes, take an inhale. On exhale, spin to the knife edge of your feet. Reach, fallen warrior. Inhale back to center. Exhale, reach. Take one more, inhale. Exhale as you reach. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hand to the ground. Gaze forward. Step your right foot to meet your left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. And then let's find, I forgot to do our little side plank. So I'm going to step my right foot back one last moment. And then you have the option to find the side plank you need. Yeah, I had a brain fart. Right knee on the ground. You can turn it into a modified side plank. Or you can get fancy like Rob. Play with any expression. You got it. One more breath. And then bring your left foot back to the top of your space. Now we'll step the back foot in. And inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, arms by your side. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, half lift. On exhale, let's squat down. Lift your heels, curl into a little ball. So here's a moment you can hang out, you can stay here, you can wiggle around, or you can explore your crow pose. So if you want a little heat, take a crow pose. Bring your hands onto the mat, lift your heels, load your knees high onto the backs of your triceps. Shift your gaze forward, squeeze your inner thighs toward one another. Think about bringing a roundness to the spine like you would if you were hollowed out in a cat stretch. Those of you that want to float back and move through a vinyasa, do it. Otherwise, the rest of us are going to slowly lower our backsides to the ground. Those of you that took a vinyasa, you'll float through to a seat. I'm going to open out toward you for a wide leg, seated. Upavishta Konasana. Doesn't have to be super duper wide. See if you can grab a hold of your big toes. Take an inhale as you lengthen through the spine. On exhale, start to fold. Keep the length in the spine. Keep your knees and toes pointing to the sky. If you're pretty low to the ground, think about placing your belly down before you place your chin down. Two more breaths. You have one more breath. Keep a hold of your toes or the outer edges of your feet. Start to sit upright. You can bend your knees as much as you need. We're going to take it into a balance. Lift the chest, gaze up, shoulders slide down. You can flex your feet super strong. And then if you like, gaze back. Give yourself a couple more breaths. Lift the chest a little more. It's okay if the knees are a little bent. Take one more inhale as you're lifted. And then if you want to take the traditional dismount and you're a little more open in the backs of the legs, you're welcome to land on your calf muscles. Or not. Be kind to your heels. And then we'll roll up from here. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let's take a Baddha Konasana. You can pick up your hips and wiggle around. See how that feels. Move a little closer, a little further away. And then we'll take the rounded variation. Hang on to your feet or your ankles. Take an inhale as you lengthen. On exhale, just like in your crow pose, draw the navel to the spine, round. Take the crown of the head toward the ground. If your elbows touch your inner thighs, maybe they encourage a little more openness. Give yourself 2 more rounds of breath here. Take one more. With an inhale, start to slowly curl up. And a big exhale. Let's get a little twist action in here. Step your right foot to the ground. Extend the left leg long. Sit up tall. Hug the right leg. Take an inhale as you lengthen. On exhale, right fingertips behind. You can continue to hug the right knee, Or move your elbow to the outside. Flex your left toes to the sky. Keep them really active. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, find a deeper twist. If you have a bind you're working on, you're very welcome to play. Yeah, see if you can sit up a little higher and slide the right shoulder down, even if you just soften your right elbow. So Marichasana C variation. Take one more big inhale and exhale. Find your way back to center. Unwind, and we'll just switch it out and explore the second side. So shake out the right leg as needed, and now step the left foot to the ground and sit up tall. Hug the left leg, take an inhale. On exhale, left fingertips behind. Give a little hug, squeeze, take a twist. You can always move your elbow to the outside of your thigh. Keep your right foot really active. So point your toes to the sky. Maybe your heel lifts off of the ground. You've got a couple more breaths. So you can slide the right shoulder down a little more. Last breath. And unwind back to center. Extend the left leg, shake it all out. And then step your feet to the ground. Take a hold behind your knees, rock back. Rock forward. Vinyasa if you choose. And we'll connect in our down dog. With an inhale, float the right leg high. On exhale, knee into navel. Step through, find a lunge. Place the back knee on the ground. Keep the back toes tucked if you like. Inhale, arms reach high. On exhale, palms press, left elbow, right thigh. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you twist. Now squeeze the right hip in and back a little. You have the option to stay like this and really focus on the twist. Or tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee. Stay here, or ease your weight over the right ankle, press your right foot solidly into the ground, and take your twist for a ride. Flex the left foot. Find your stability. 2 breaths. 1 breath. And then release your left toes to the back of the mat again. Unwind from your twist. And then let's find our way to wide leg forward fold for a little playtime. Lift your right toes, pivot on your heel, turn to the left edge of your mat. I'll turn this way. You have options. Hopping your feet a little further back on your mat. You can bring your hands to the ground, lift your heels, and lower and explore a little frog. Turning your toes out, ankles and knees in alignment, and knees and hips in alignment. If you need some padding, take it. If you want more intensity, slide your hips back. If you want less intensity, ease them forward. You've got a few rounds of breath. Give it a couple more. Find one more. Start to press your forearms into the ground. Tuck your toes, walk your hands back. Find your way back to your feet. Good. Take an inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, bring it back to the front of your space. Point your right toes directly to the top of your mat. Find a block for your right hand if it's needed. Smoothly float your weight onto your right foot, and then peel the top hip open and find half moon. Flex your left foot really, really intensely. Extend the left arm to the sky. If you don't need the right hand on the ground, you're so welcome to let it hover. Put a little more energy into your left foot. You've got a couple of breaths. You have one more breath. Your transition out of this will be through a standing split. Both hands move toward the ground. You close down the left hip. Take the left leg high for an inhale. I want to give you some options here. You can hang out in your standing split. You can challenge your balance by holding your ankle with one or both hands, or you can explore your handstand hops. As you're hopping, the left leg is extended, the foot is very active, whether it's flexed or pointed. Using your core strength, shoulders are over wrists. Rob will be my handstand demo guy right now. He's hanging by his wall. He doesn't even need it. You have another breath before we meet at the top of our mat. And then we'll find a forward fold, both feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, your choice of whether you vinyasa or just step to your downward facing dog. With an inhale, left leg reaches high. On exhale, step through, super long, long lunge. Place the back knee on the ground. You can always keep the toes tucked. Take an inhale, reach high. On exhale, right elbow, left thigh. Palms press, lengthen up out of the waist, and then twist. You have a lot of options. You can keep the back knee down, or you can tuck the back toe and lift the back knee. And then if you've got the back knee lifted, whatever your arm position, you can fly, sending the weight over the left ankle. Remember the energy of the back foot. You got it. Slow and steady. You've got a couple of breaths to explore your balance or to just really get into your twist. Last breath. And then release the twist, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, lift your left toes, pivot on your heel, turn to the side of your mat. On this side, we'll play with full Samakonasana, or you can hang out in this forward fold. So full straddle split, hands are on the ground, give yourself good support, and then slide to whatever feels like your depth today. If this doesn't sound fun, you can repeat the floor frog variation. If you're pretty comfortably on the ground, you can walk your hands in and sit up and then work on your line in that way. If you want to find balance, you can bring your palms together at chest center. You've got a few more rounds of breath just to feel it out. After one more breath, you'll start to plot your escape. All right, find your way back to your feet any way that you can. Doesn't have to be elegant. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk yourself to the top of your space, finding a lunge, and then we'll use this to transition toward half moon. Find a block for your hand if you're working with blocks. Ease your weight onto your left foot. Peel the top hip open and flex your right foot. Right arm reaches to the sky. Maybe bottom hand hovers. Feel out your balance for the next 3 breaths. 2 more. 1 more breath. We'll transition to standing split for your playtime here. Closing down the top hip, you can move around, you can handstand, you can just enjoy this forward fold. And if you need to come out of it early, just meet us in a forward fold at the top of your space. If you're working on your handstands, your shoulders are over your wrists. The top leg is extended, foot is flexed. Energize through your feet a lot. One more breath. And then we'll meet at the top of the space in a forward fold when you're ready. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold, and then here we'll come into malasana one last time. And here's where you have freedom to play. Those of you that want to play with another arm balance, we'll play with tithibhasana just to see how that feels today. Start to lift your hips. You can turn your toes a little more forward and then sit your hips low as you slide your shoulders as far under your thighs as possible. Start to bring your palms toward the ground, wrists in alignment with your elbows. Walk your feet closer together. Keep squeezing your knees around your shoulders. Maybe you cross your ankles, take a moment in Bhujapadasana, and then start to extend, point your toes and squeeze, round like cat stretch. You got it, you got it, you got it. Give yourself another breath, whether you're in malasana or tithibhasana, and then find your way onto the ground. Once you're on the ground, we'll come onto our backs. Slowly roll down. Step your feet onto the ground, and we'll move through a series of back bends. You can use a block and let this be a bit of a restorative back bend the whole time, taking a bridge with a block under your sacrum. Or we'll take 1 bridge and 2 Urdhva Dhanurasana optional. Step your feet to the mat, lengthen through the low back, shimmy your shoulders away from your ears, start to press into the feet and lift your hips. You can interlace the hands behind the back and walk the shoulders in. We've got 4 breaths in your bridge pose. 3, 2, take 1 more breath. Release the clasp of your hands, slowly lower. Once you're on the ground, bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees open in Supta Baddha Konasana. Supta Baddha Konasana. All right, repeat your bridge. Or Urdhva, step your feet to the ground. Bring your hands by your shoulders, fingertips turn in toward the body for Urdhva. Slide to the crown of your head. Press the arms straight for 5, 4, 3. Can you move your heart to the wall behind you a little more? Rob says, no. 2. Last breath for this back bend. Tuck your chin, come on down when you're ready. Rest in Supta Baddha Konasana. Take a moment to pause. And we'll take one final back bend. When you're ready, step your feet to the ground. Decide if you want bridge, supported bridge, or urdhva. And in your urdhva, since you have played with a lot of energy through the feet, maybe you play with a one-leg extension. Bring your feet just a little closer together. Bring your right knee into your belly. And then extend the leg to the sky. Either press through the heel or point your toe. If you want to play with the second side, bring that foot down, even out your weight, and explore the second side. Is this one happening for you? Bring your knee into your belly, and then extend. Keep pressing the ground away, and then foot to the ground. Start to slowly roll down when you're ready. We'll meet on the ground. Once you're on your back, bring your knees in and give them a squeeze. Take some circles, give your low back a little bit of a massage. Reverse your circles. And then extend your arms out wide like a T. Just simply take your knees to the right. Gaze over your left shoulder. You can alter the legs in any way that you see fit. Start to bring your legs back through center. Uncross, step your feet to the ground, and then take your knees to the left. Gaze over the right shoulder. Explore leg positions as you did on the first side. Give yourself a couple moments here. Did that pop? Or was it the floor?
My back.
Your back popped? Nice. Feel it out for one final breath. Start to find your way back to center. Step your feet to the ground, lengthen your low back. We'll take a happy baby. Stack your ankles over your knees. Take a hold of your feet or the backs of your thighs. Iron out your spine. And then if you want to play, extend through the legs, one or both, and take a little movement side to side. Start to bring your legs back to center. Bring them in, give them a little squeeze. You can curl into a tight little ball. Take an inhale. As you exhale, release your legs long. Let your feet open wide. Give yourself some time to rest. Take up space. Relax your fingers, relax your toes, relax your breath.